is a Washington insider. He does know a lot about policy. He can speak for hours and hours.
He's not a woman, and he's not black or of minority.
But listen,
he's perfect. He's perfect for Republicans.
Right.
Check.
Right. But listen to what Donald Trump said.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, a fair and balanced panel. Welcome to Malzberg's Media Madness. It's Thursday. It must be time for Tim Graham, Director of Media Analysis at the Media Research Center and Executive Editor of Newsbusters.org. Hello, Tim.
Hello.
All right. So that clip was, they're talking about Newt Gingrich as a possible running mate, and Ashley Banfield on CNN says, but he's not a woman, not black, and Mark Lamont Hill says, he's perfect, and they all laugh. And as you pointed out, or as Newsbusters pointed out, that panel had an extreme leftist, a leftist, and another leftist.
Exactly. There's one level, and you could say that's right, is that there is something about the left that when you nominate a minority candidate, they get angrier. You know, it's the reason that you could get John Roberts and Alito on the Supreme Court, but you can't get, you know, they didn't want Clarence Thomas. So there's something to that. I just think that it's kind of funny, you know, CNN's pushing Gingrich, who was a CNN employee. Look, there's some similarities. These are two bombastic men with three wives.
Yeah, no, absolutely. That's a good line. That's a great line. That's a great line. All right, now let's go to Chris Matthews, who, by the way, was caught on an open mic admiring the walk of Donald Trump's wife and said he could look at it all day. You know, if a conservative had made that kind of remark about a woman, I'm sure by now, you know, they'd be suspended or something. So I want your take on that. But first, here's Matthews and his guest mocking the Clinton scandals as boring and a bunch of nothing.
I don't think that there's much that he can actually say that the majority of Americans don't already know about Hillary Clinton.
Well, no, you don't understand. Well, how about people 18 years old now who haven't heard all this garbage? Right?
Right.
There are people that have been born free of knowing about Whitewater and Vince Foster and all this crud. Emails say it louder. Say emails, say Benghazi a million times.
Yeah, so the Clinton scandals are a bunch of nothing. It never stops.
Well, again, look, they all understand that Hillary's number one problem is she lies, and she lies a lot. And so what they want you to say is, well, the way she lied in 1993 doesn't really matter. And there's some truth to that. And you remember that she made $100,000 in cattle
futures, yeah.
And that was shady as all get out. The reality of it is, what is that now? It's a third of her Goldman Sachs speech. You know what I mean? That's so. Those two are part of the same thing, and that is she, from early on, has used her power to enrich herself. So the theme is the same. Whether it's old or new doesn't really matter. She's corrupt then, she's corrupt now, and that still works. So I think that's where they sort of missed the boat. But he is right. You know, the voters today. My daughter is 18.
They don't know.
I would have to sit her down and say, "Here, read my book."
Well, that's what Trump is going to do. All right, Telemundo on Holocaust Memorial Day had the nerve to compare Sheriff Joe Arpaio in Arizona to the Holocaust by saying Arpaio has concentration camps. Here's the video with the translation on the screen.
Y yo creo que ha hecho como estos pequeños, perdón que lo diga así, pero como campos de concentración en donde separa a los latinoamericanos, los segrega, los mete ahí para separarlos de los
gente que está trabajando,
americanos.
Gente que está haciendo algo por el país, gente que se está ganando la vida de manera honesta.
Yeah, they say they're earning a living honestly. He says they separated by ethnicity into concentration camps. We got 30 seconds.
Well, obviously the difference here is, yes, illegal aliens are put in detention centers. That's not Auschwitz.
No, you didn't need 30 seconds. No, they're not being disintegrated or gassed to death, or it's reprehensible, but it's accepted rhetoric.
We've got somebody looking at these people because they're unglued.
Yep, they are totally unglued. All right, Tim, we'll speak to you next week, my friend. Thank you very much. Check out newsbusters.org and the Media Research Center, ladies and gentlemen. Up next, Give Me 5. Do not miss it.